What's up guys, so today we're going to be building a 100 scale Tamiya G.91. So this is actually a really good kit, and I gotta say the instructions were really simple and the pieces were pretty nice too. The cockpit was very minimalistic, but the reason why I chose this kit to build was because it had recessed panel lines, which at the scale, it's pretty cool. But the big reason why I chose to start building this kit, for one, was because I'm going to be trying out a new oil wash technique. I haven't really ever used an oil wash, so it's going to be kind of a new experience. The big reason why is because in about a couple days, an A10 is going to arrive on my doorstep and I'm going to be building it as a gift. So I really want to make sure I know what I'm doing. So for my research, all G91s were painted in pretty much the same three-tone camouflage, where the lower is going to be a light gray. Of course here I'm going to be using sky gray. It was a pretty good color, and especially towards the end the color turned out very well, especially because it took the wash well. So I gotta say that was definitely a good choice there. And after the paint was dried, I went ahead and started masking and started on the camouflage. I gotta say that I really did like how this camouflage turned out, and I will definitely be using this technique in later models that are of this scale. So after applying the gloss varnish, I chose a Greek Air Force markings, but the problem was the decals that came in the kit were very old and fell apart very easily. So I decided to go with German markings, and I'm using them from an old MI24 kit, along with some stencils from an old F15 kit, both 1/72 scale. The decals went on really well though from these two kits, and I gotta say, in the end they did look really good. So after sealing in the decals with the gloss varnish, I started on my oil wash. You can see the oil paint's really oily, so I decided to first of all put it onto a napkin to get some of that oil out. And after that I started taking some odorless mineral spirits, and I mixed some mineral spirits and some paint into a little bottle cap. It turned out really well. I did kind of tweak it to find the best mixture, but it turned out really well. It went on a little bit thick, but I also didn't allow it to dry fully, so it did end up looking pretty good. After blow drying the paint and also letting it dry for 3 hours, I then wiped it off with a dampened cloth, and it turned out pretty well. This was the whole reason why I chose this kit, and I'll definitely be using this technique on the A10 kit that I'll be building soon. A video will be about that, but you can see here that the wash ended up really well and good, and I allowed a lot of dirt behind the wheel wells to make it look good. So in my ignorance, I was originally going to paint the wheel well white, but then I looked at some pictures and also the instructions, and then I painted them silver. It did end up looking pretty good, as I later added a wash, but it was a little bit of confusion that held me up for a second. I'm using the Tamiya panel accent color black for all the wheel well and also the wheels, and this really made it look good because it wasn't just pure silver, it then became kind of a dirtier silver. But now we're getting the airplane on its feet, and this is definitely one of my favorite parts of the build, when you're finally getting to that point when you can get the gear down and it can be standing on its own legs. It's definitely one of the rewarding stages, as you know that you're getting pretty close to being done. They were a little bit fiddly as they are in 1/100 scale, but ended up looking pretty good, as you can see here. Okay, and now we're at the final stage of assembly. We're simply adding on the canopy, and now that that's on, we're done. So I really had fun with this build. It only took about 3-4 days, and it was pretty easy and simple, but I do think it turned out pretty well, and it was kind of a fun little aircraft to build. I do think the wash turned out pretty good, and I like how it ended up. So I'll definitely be using that on the A10. Hopefully I can get that video out, I think by Christmas. But thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate y'all's support. Every single comment that people leave just really makes me want to build more and more. But yeah, feel free to tell me in the comments what you think I could have done better. I'm sure there's things that you guys think could have been way better and that you were probably mad watching, especially with the wash. But yeah, with that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next build.